find my gold chart over here. There it is. There it is. There it is. Right on.
All right. Are we live or not? What's happening? We're live, guys.
All right.
Yeah, Tiger. Everyone in the chat, hello. Sorry I missed the start of this whole thing. I thought we were going to have a bit of a countdown, but anyway, we're here. Welcome, everybody. Everyone in the chat. Tiger, how's things going? Early morning, your side?
Yeah, it's going good. It's Friday, guys. I say it every Friday. It's a great day by default. So always remember that statement because, it means we get a couple of days of rest, relaxation, no matter what it is you do out there. Okay. Get away from trading after today. Rest your brains. Relax. Okay. Meditate, exercise.
I tried Bitcoin over the weekend. Just walk away.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, Richard. It's tough. I mean, I see a meme floating around where it's a guy just standing like in an empty swimming pool or at an empty park. And he's like,
I've seen that.
The weekends without trading or whatever, insert whatever caption you want to enter. So yeah, that's the way I feel sometimes on the weekends. I got to admit, that's the beauty of trading or I should say it's the beauty of doing whatever you like to do in life. If you're doing what you want to do in life, you'll never work a day in your life. So, it's kind of interesting.
Be like, something you don't like doing, then otherwise, we wouldn't be trading.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's also good to end the week on a high as well, right? Before you go into the weekend. So
yeah, good stuff. Okay.
What do we have on the economic calendar? I see we got quite a few things coming up, but not during our session. Eastern.
Let's see here.
We still got the Canadian employment change.
Canada
rate coming out.
Yeah, so let me get that pulled up over here.
Is that? That's in an hour from now.
Yeah. So Canada. Excuse me. Yeah, in an hour on our stream, we'll have the employment numbers come out, where they had a previous number for their employment change, which was a pretty good number. That was a 66.6 thousand increase. Right. The sign of the devil. Okay, 66.6 thousand. Today though they're projected. Today they're projecting minus 1.5 thousand. So that would obviously be a hit to the Canada dollar if that comes out relatively the same, close to forecast or on it. But unemployment rate for Canada is back to spiking from 6.9% to 7%, if of course all the forecasts come true, which we all know they can be fishy with at times, just like the weatherman.
Yeah, sometimes miss it big time as well.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's some misses. I mean, that's some big misses. So it wouldn't surprise me at all, guys, if we see the CAX, okay, or KEXI, sexy, whatever you call it, the CXY, the Canada index, and all Canada-based pairs start, selling off the Canada dollar. So we'll keep an eye on things like the dollar CAD, and what else have I got on my top setups? New Zealand CAD is one of my bullish items to buy. Let's see here. CAD yen is one to sell.
Yeah.
Let me get my stream up over here real quick. Okay. So yeah, that's the main items for 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 New York time, and then 30 minutes or hour and a half later, rather, we have the Fed's favorite gauge for inflation, which is the PCE, along with the University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. So that all comes out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time.
Triple whammy.
And so looks like we might have a little morning volatility in the dollar and the Canada dollar. So that ought to be interesting on, those Canada pairs I mentioned. And plus I've got still the dollar yen as a bearish setup, and then the dollar Swiss as well. And as far as the buys go, Aussie dollar is still giving me a long signal. And New Zealand dollar. Oh, and Euro dollar. Okay. So basically all the dollar pairs are on my either buy or sell list. So that could definitely
I'm also thinking we're getting a bounce now on the dollar index. We had a retest of that lower medium. Maybe we can show my charts just quick.
Yeah, let's see the Dixie.
Show you what I'm seeing here. So this was yesterday during our stream. We had a nice bounce again from that area identified, simply just a lower median line of this pitchfork sloping to the upside. And we had a retest. This was what, at 11 yesterday. And now we're making a move back to the upside. So if the dollar were to strengthen a little bit more, I think there's still a little bit more in the tank here to this previous high from yesterday as well. Ooh, why is that black? At 99.08. So I think that's a reasonable target. Maybe a little bit of an extension to the upside. Again, during a downtrend, safe to assume that if you do get a bounce, first leg up, and now we had a beautiful support again at this lower median line, 2 times around. Maybe give us one little more push up to the upside, maybe just an ABC zigzag and then continuation lower. But I was saying yesterday, a little bit on the sidelines with the pairs of trade versus the dollar, just because, you know, it's at a very strong area of support in my opinion. So whether we're going to go up from here and that's it after the decline, I don't know. Sequence downwards to me, but we'll hopefully have a bit more clarity starting off next week and see where the dollar index is trading at. So I'm still thinking maybe a little bit more strength in the dollar, maybe during our session, maybe to end off this week. So let's see. Obviously it's been pretty weak getting into that area, but it is at an area of support. So that being said, yesterday I showed these charts as well. As soon as the dollar index hit that lower support line, the pound US dollar also hit a upper resistance line, in this case an upper median line. So they're all sort of tagged areas, obviously the opposite side around dollar index support and the pound US dollar resistance. So again, we have a lot of long wicks trying to bust through that upper median line. It just hasn't happened yet. So maybe a little bit more down for today on the pound US dollar. Not sure. Again, a bit more on the sidelines. Would like to have either a breakout up here or the dollar index slicing through that area of support. Maybe that will set us up for a proper, move next week. You were saying you're looking at the pound US dollar to continue higher, euro US dollar on your side, Tiger.
Euro dollar, yes.
Yeah. Ideally, if we can actually make it lower, there's a lot of inefficiency on the 4-hour during this very strong pump into that upper median line on the pound US dollar. The lower it gets, maybe all the way back here towards 1.328-ish would be an area I would be interested in, getting long. But I do not want to go long right at that median line, if that makes sense, right? Because it's been acting as resistance like once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, maybe 7 times today already. So maybe it punches through there, maybe not. So we'll obviously keep an eye on that and update you guys as the day passes. All right, so euro US dollar. It's going through some of the majors here. Hit and tagged an angular resistance line as well, which is from this upward sloping channel that I've had on my chart for quite some time, and basically just tag this low here. So again, line parallel projected to one of these lows prior to this strong move, and it beautifully tagged it. Also found resistance at this downward sloping red warning line, as I call it, and also struggling to get through there. So I would attempt to take a long here on the euro US dollar as well, but I would like to have a decent reversal done. Again, I don't want to, on the pound US dollar and euro US dollar, try to buy into that angular resistance lines, which I think would just not be the right thing to do. So maybe give it some space, let it work itself out. Hopefully we'll have a bit clearer plan as to what happens, what direction price might take in next week. Ideally, it would be nice if we could come lower today, maybe into Monday, Tuesday, find support somewhere, and then try to buy back into this. Before I switch back to you, AUD NZD, I'm still in that trade. Finally started making some proper movement to the upside. That being said, don't know if I want to hold this over the weekend. I'm not a fan of doing that. I haven't done that during one of these sessions before. Actually had to bite my nails going through overnight sessions. But done well so far. It's been pretty messy. Got in around a 1.1441, I believe. I think it's still on the board there. 1.1420, I think it was.
How many pips you got for
I can't read the
stop loss there? Just curious. Or like how far away would your stop loss?
Share that quickly.
There you go.
So my initial stop loss was below the swing point. Again, I rate this as a potential ABC. If I'm right about this, then one would expect, obviously, a continuation upwards. This after the AUD NZD has obviously been in a very strong uptrend. I don't have that chart open, but I'm still thinking this might have been a third impulsive end of the third wave, maybe the end of a fourth wave after an ABC. And hopefully, it's now making its way back to the upside. I seriously doubt. Probably can put money on that if you want to do that. The AUD NZD would take out these previous highs. It was set on when was this? 12th November, 13th of November by the end of the day. So I'll probably get out of this trade. And, if there's any more conviction, with the bullish momentum that we're seeing here next week, then I might re-enter again. But, anything could happen over the weekend. And then you sit with losses.
Yeah.
So I already updated the stop loss a little bit. I moved it about a third to the upside. I'll probably go to break even maybe after this session and see if I can just maybe squeeze out a little bit more here going into the weekend. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm looking at. What do you have on your side, bud?
Yeah, as far as
NZD pairs.
Yeah, well, I was just looking at Aussie, New Zealand, just any potential barriers that could get in your way,
And it's right there, right?
Well, you do have a supply zone just ahead, just isolating this candle over here back in time, Tuesday the 25th. You had pretty good volume spike in that leg down candle, leg out. So we're getting pretty close to it. We're probably 15 pips, 10 pips away. On an asset that only moves about 40 pips a day, guys. That's one of the slower moving
it's been
ones.
slow grinding, that's for sure. I think, this is only my second trade ever on AUD NZD.
Yeah.
I generally stick with the the majors. But, I think maybe the good thing to do, if it would hit that supply zone of yours, maybe just trail the stop to the current 4-hour candle, just slightly below it and let it do its thing,
Right.
rather than take a risk, too big of a risk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, it's one of those things where you look at a 4-hour time frame, it's still giving lower lows and lower highs, but so I'm not saying that, not saying that it would turn around completely, but I could at least see some type of a bounce downward, take away, some of those profits. But that's the only thing I would see.
No, I hear you.
What else we got? So let's get back to my gold chart, guys. We'll take a look at the top setups and everything. We'll take a look at the speed gauges. Is Richard?
Hey, Edgar Nova. Sorry, Tiger, saying hello there.
Yeah, hello.
On the HPTV site. Are you looking at the new one? Do we have any viewers in there? Someone in the chat?
So and I was just looking, guys. If you're on the Ola Prime TV, totally fine. We're up and running for a little while longer, but our new home is over on Ola Prime Official. So a couple of different ways you can find us. You can just simply click on the link that's in the chat box for those of you on the Ola Prime TV channel, or you can just simply go to the search bar up top and hit the little @ sign with the circle and Ola Prime Official. So it's however you want to do it. We're just kind of migrating everybody over to Ola Prime Official, and that's gonna be our new home. So if you can, just go ahead and bookmark us. Go ahead, flip on over if you like.
So if we're not live next week and you haven't done this, then that's the reason why. So please make them.
Exactly. So we're just doing both streams just temporarily till we get everybody over to our new home. Okay. So just go ahead and do that as you can. And hello to Lamb King. Hello to Ogun. There's Ogundade. Ogundade, how you doing?
What's up, guys?
And then, Edgar, I see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well over there. Just go ahead and migrate on over to the official channel whenever you get a chance. And, we'll be over there going forward. So, and then, just let us know if you got any tickers you'd like to look at. As always, I go through my top setups list from the previous day to the current day. and take a look at the strengths of the currencies and try to always match a strong currency with a weak currency. It's a very simple thing, guys. I try to break this down as simple as possible when it comes to just simply looking at potential plays from a fundamental analysis level and a sentiment analysis level. Right. Technical analysis, the charts, that's always the last thing I do. I don't even look at a chart sometimes for weeks on end because I'm not getting a fundamental reason to go and even look at it. So anytime you guys see me pop onto a chart, there's a bunch of old colors on there. That's why, because I just haven't looked at it. I have no reason to. So it's a really cool way of trading without having to worry about staying on top of your levels on every single Forex pair when there's like 27, 28 of them. When the reality is I may only care about a small handful of them. So yeah, that's what these gauges over here do. It helps me to narrow down the strongest and the weakest pairs.
Cool.
So if we just take a look at yesterday's heat maps for the currencies, what have we got? So dollar, no change. Pound, no change. Looks like the euro got a little stronger. Yesterday it had exceeded 33% on the forecasts, on the economic forecasts, and today we've gotten stronger. So there we go. So euro, while it's not super strong, it's more neutral. Okay, that's the way I see this. Euro yesterday, 33%. That's a little on the weak side, but we've had some good reporting come out. And we've had a lot of yellow folder events that have come out just this morning. Things like the German factory orders, industrial production for France. What else do we have? Italian retail sales, revised GDP, final employment change. All these numbers for the euro that came out today. Okay, albeit again they are yellow folder, meaning low impact. They were good, every single one of them. That's like 6 good reports as a yellow folder. Okay, yellow folder events. I would equate that to maybe 1 or 2, good medium impact, or maybe 1 of the lower end high impact, right? That's kind of the way I would look at it. And I have to say, Richard, I'm in a euro dollar long, which I'll get to in just a moment.
Yeah, while you're there on the euro, wrong pair. I just realized that dollar yen trade. Did you get into that? Because it did hit that supply zone.
Let's go look.
I was actually well asleep when that happened.
Let's see. Talking about this
and I'm
one?
looking at the 4 hour.
Oh, 4 hour, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I was actually going to go over that too. I didn't because I was playing around with my euro dollar trade. So I was already in it. I was already in a dollar based trade. But yeah, if we take a look at that, yeah, there's the 4 hour supply zone you mentioned.
Yeah.
Go down to a 1 hour. We got a gap here as well for our 1 hour supply. So that's a confluence. And you can see right here, it just wicked in beautifully, Richard.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And rolled over, but we're getting
I woke up to that this morning, seeing the bloody alert, and then it just wicked into it and boom, straight back down again. So
yeah.
Missed
yeah. 18. Oh yeah, because that would have been 6 o'clock my time, but yeah, you'd have been asleep probably. That's but I mean, look, is it giving us a second chance, right? I mean, we've revisited the zone. I mean, if I were to try to get it, if I weren't in the euro dollar trade, this probably would have been what I would have been on top of. Because I mean, this is what I would classify as a second chance, because we got a new supply zone form.
But that one's been tagged already. So is that something you will just like let it go, right? Because it's been mitigated before.
For this particular one, because that I know that the 1 hour zone, so meaning this candle, has been touched.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's been mitigated. So I'm just going to color it light red, just telling me it's already been touched.
Gotcha.
Perhaps. Okay, so the only reason, the reason I would consider getting into this is because when price touched it the first time, okay, if I just zoom in a little bit, okay, when price touched the first time, it was literally on the bottom 15% of the zone, okay? Meaning you still got a whole 85% of the zone up top that hadn't been touched. And when I look at unfilled orders,
there's a whole bunch of them in there.
If it goes under 50% of the way into a zone, then I might consider it again, like literally where we're at now. Because if you guys see this new high over here, we've gone in a little deeper. Okay.
Yeah.
A little deeper. So that's about the equivalence right there.
Now
this is getting down to the nitty gritty, guys. And this is just where all the years of studying zones is got to the point now where it's helping me out, because, you know, if this wick had wicked in over 50% of the way through this supply zone,
yeah,
no interest.
Yeah.
It's already taken away.
Most of those orders been filled, right?
Probably taken away the bulk of these unfilled orders. Exactly. But because it just barely wicked in, and because it, when it did wick in, it broke this structure down here. It broke this structure. Okay, that makes me a little more interested in potentially taking another bout with it. Because the other thing that happens, Richard, is contraction legs. Okay, this is where that megaphone starts coming in. So
yeah,
you know, it's probably a little early stages to draw this on, but if this were to turn into a megaphone pattern, then that's expansion legs doing their thing. That's the banks kind of confusing traders in this area. So if I just kind of quickly draw that up, I might have to. I'll tell you what, I need to actually need to zoom in a little.
Sorry, Tiger. Edgar's been asking about what about the password for today. Yeah, we'll definitely be giving that out in a little while. So do stay tuned.
Yeah, for sure, Edgar. We'll definitely get to that here very shortly. You know, again, it's early stages, but is this just nothing more than the creation of a new megaphone pattern? Megaphone pattern. Because we got a high point here, we got another high here, and we got another high here. Down here we have a low point, but then we have a lower low. So it looks to me like it's wanting to start fanning out the early stages of it. So
Gotcha.
When that happens, just follow the trail up, follow the trail down, and you can reasonably expect price to just bounce like this. Okay. Now I'm not saying it's going to look like that exact, but that's the idea behind